Website analytics allow business to measure, collect, and analyze various data obtained from users interacting with your website. The data can then be used as a tool for the business to assess and improve their website's effectiveness. If the results are used correctly, they can help to improve the success of a business. Today's lesson will address the following objectives. How can website analytics provide insight into the success or failure of a website? And what is SEO and why is it so important for your business website? There are 6 main metrics a business should be checking regularly from their website data. They are number of visitors in their source, bounce rate, average time on page, call to action click-through rate, conversion rate, and goal progress. Let's take a look at each individually. The first website metrics is the number of visitors and the source of the visitor. So there's 5 different types of sources. You have direct source, which means the visitor landed on your page either by typing the URL directly into the search bar or by clicking a bookmark they've saved on their desktop. Organic is where visitors arrive at your website through search engine searches. Typically, people will type a search word into Google and your website will pop up as one of the search options. Google is almost always the most popular organic search engine and usually monopolizes around 90% of search users. Then you have paid visitors. Paid visitors are visitors that land on your site because of paid advertisements, such as banner ads on other websites or Google AdWords, which help increase your Google search rankings. Then you have referral sources. This is traffic brought to your website through referral networks. So any partner who's links to your website on their own website. And then social sources. These are users who land on your site through social media platforms. Maybe on your Twitter account or your Facebook or Instagram account, you have a link to your website, and the user has clicked that website link and directly connected to your overall website. So how can knowing the source of your traffic help you? Well, if you're able to pinpoint where the most traffic is coming from, you can directly devote your advertising dollars and attention to that particular source. So they say search engine is king for driving traffic to your website. It's not email marketing efforts. It's not social media accounts. It's search engine optimization with regards to your main website. You can't assume that every one of your potential customers has a social media account. Therefore, you really need to focus on your search engine rankings so that you're able to reach a vast variety of customers who may or may not have social media or may not check their email. How do you optimize your website to increase your search engine rankings on Google and Yahoo searches? Well, the first one is using a tool called Google Trends. Google Trends allows you to type in various keywords and shows you trending maps on that particular keyword. It can help you identify 20 to 30 keywords that your customers are searching for around a particular topic, and then you can take those topics and incorporate them into titles on your website through blogging or various product descriptions on subpages. You also can take those keywords and turn them into actual content. And you want to make sure that you're doing it on a continuous basis. Throughout the year, people are searching for various words and keywords that relate to your overall website topic, so you want to make sure that you're adjusting to the trends each month. These images are an example of the Google Trend report you receive when you use the Google Trends website. I typed the keyword fitness, and these were the results. The first line chart on the left shows the trend over the course of a year for the keyword fitness. You see the spike in January 2020, typically due to everyone trying to keep to their New Year's resolutions, and then in following months, the searches for fitness level out as the interest in fitness starts to die out and not be as popular. The report also identifies which location your term was most popular during the specified time frame. In this case, it was Arizona. The image on the right identifies that users searching for your term, fitness, also searched for these topics and these queries or questions. You can use this information to write blogs that will help increase your search engine rankings. The second metric you should be checking regularly is the bounce rate. Bounce rate is the percentage of visitors who enter your website and then leave rather than continuing to visit other pages. As you make changes to the layout and content of your website, it is important to pay attention to the bounce rate. You want your bounce rate to remain low. If your bounce rate experiences a sudden increase, it is likely related to recent changes in content or layout of your website. The third metric you should be checking for your website is the average time a visitor spends on a page. If you have a 2-minute informative video on a page, but the data shows people are only spending about 30 seconds on this page, this should reveal that people aren't taking the time to watch your 2-minute video. I would either replace it with other content or edit the video to be shorter. As we've learned in previous units, brief is better when it comes to the digital world. People want the information quickly. The fourth metric gathered for a website is the click-through rate. Click-through rates are connected with your calls to action, or CTAs, on your web pages. Calls to action direct the visitor to the next thing you want them to do on the website. This may be download a file, visit another page, or add items to their virtual shopping cart. If your click-through rate is low, you may need to make adjustments to your calls to action buttons. In order to help your click-through rate, try adjusting the placement, size, design, text, or color of the call to action to increase chances of visitors clicking them. The fifth website metric gathered is the conversion rate. This is the percentage of users who take a desired action when they visit your website. A desired action may be purchasing a product, subscribing to your e-newsletter, or donating to your organization. Whatever the desired action is, you want your conversion rate to be high, especially if you are an e-commerce website. This means people are engaging and interacting with your website in a way that benefits your business and its overall goals. To figure out the conversion rate, you can use this simple formula: the number of visitors completing the action divided by the total number of visitors on your web page. The final website metric is your goal progress. As you begin any project, ask yourself, what are the goals? Any goal you identify should be SMART. That is, it should be specific, set real numbers with specific details. Measurable. Make sure you can track the progress of your goal. Attainable. Goals should be challenging but possible. Realistic. You know what you and your team are capable of, so be honest with yourself. And timely. Give yourself a deadline. Stay away from setting vague general goals such as get more business. Try to replace it with a SMART goal such as increase sales of roller skates by 10% in the next 6 months. Hopefully you notice the difference in the effectiveness of the second goal in comparison to the first.